All right, Thomas. So earlier, me and Draven were having a conversation about how who in Gurgulon, when they die, will go to heaven versus who will go to hell, right? And so I told him this story about. So your mom, whenever you were little, like you couldn't go to sleep, she'd ever tell you like lullabies, or like tell you stories so you fell asleep. Well, when I was a little baby, I was a little like brat, right? And I would refuse to fall asleep unless my mom told me this very specific story. And it was just, I love the story so much, I would like whine and complain and cry until she told the story.
It sounds like Victor wants to get something.
And so the story goes, there's this 100-year-old man, right? And this man spent the last 80 years of his life preaching in a church. He preached every day, and he preached all the way until the day he died. And he gets to heaven, and he walks up to St. Peter, and he says, St. Peter, thank you for letting me into heaven. I gladly accept the gates. And St. Peter gets off of his altar and walks over to this man, and he goes, here, St. Peter, here's your cotton robes and your wooden staff. St. Peter puts on his cotton robes and wooden staff and starts to walk into the gates, but he stops as he sees another young man walking up to the gates behind him. And this young man, his name is Austin, right? And so Austin walks up to the gates, and St. Peter gets off of his altar and walks over to Austin before Austin even says a word and says, Austin, you're finally here! And St. Peter takes out his golden staff and his silver robes and hands it to Austin. And now, the priest he's a kind man. He spent the last many years of his life preaching, and he's not a jealous man, right, any means, but he's curious. So he turns around to St. Peter and he asks, St. Peter, I spent the last 80 years of my life preaching, and you gave me cotton robes and a wooden staff. What has this man done to warrant a silk robe and a golden staff? And so St. Peter turns to the preacher and he says, well, sir preacher, every time you got up on your podium and you preached, people slept. But every time this man rolled the dice, people prayed.
Okay.
That's it.
Wait, okay, you made that up right now, right?
Yeah, it's a conversion of a stupid story.
Okay.
No, what do you mean? That's what your mom used to tell you to sleep.
No, I remember like my mom used to tell me stories, and I got so fucking pissed at her when she said that I was the character in the story because I wanted an original one.
This guy's name's Thomas in this story, and he hates women. He can't stand them. Like every time a woman talks to him, he'll cry and pee until they leave away. And then this guy's also named Thomas, and he's the superhero, except he never rescues women. Sound familiar?
No, that's just Thomas. What do you mean?
Yeah, it's stories about him.
No, I thought it was about a guy named Thomas.
Mm-hmm. Awful. Evil even. Thomas, is it true that you joined the voice chat yesterday and said how you realized how easy it was to socially interact with people?
Yeah.
Tell us the story about how you socially interacted with someone.
No,
your FOV's like zoomed in because you're probably fucking thirsty or some shit.
Yeah, that's what I realized. Thomas?
No, I was just meeting up with someone because we something.
Were her tits fat?
No, it was a guy.
Were his tits fat?
No.
L.
Was big fat?
No, not yet.
Not yet. You got him on a workout routine or something?
No.
Stretch it out, bro.
Does bamboo grow really fast in this game?
Maybe. I hope so.
What happened to his microphone?
Who's?
Kane.
Nothing happened.
Oh,
Kane?
it just sounded terrible for like 1 second.
I'm gonna plant a row of bamboo over here.
Holy common year, Draven.
Where? This is awful. Thomas, is it true that you complained to John about how that's not what blasphemy looks like?
I'm back. Hello.
Hey, Sticks.
Why? Sorry, Austin. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, it's true then that blasphemy looks like a 800-pound man.
It's not true.
Ah, really? Well, what does he look like then?
He's a slimmer sort of fellow. It's hard. I don't know. Okay. He's a slim fellow, has a hat. Which version of blasphemy are you talking about?
I want you to know, since you started talking, I've done the hand puppet thing, but I've given it glasses with my other hand.
Another average Thomas L.
He can't win.
Oh, my fucking kidney stones are acting up.
You probably like Draven and drink a Dr. Pepper a day or some shit.
No.
Hey, at least I switched over to the zero sugar Dr Pepper.
No,
I don't
that's
think it's not better.
That's probably worse, honestly. Like, all the ones with fucking artificial sweeteners are probably even worse
No,
for you.
it's zero sugar. It's unsweetened.
That's not what that means. It means it has zero sugar. It has other artificial sweeteners.
Yeah, it has artificial sweeteners.
No, my sweeteners are not.
Hashtag not my sweetener.
Fake ass sweeteners, head ass.
Kane, I'm trying to give you bamboo. You keep running.
My sweeteners
Uh-huh.
are not artificial.
Just put it in a log stack like around the house.
All right,
I'm getting magnetite right now.
Draven. I
Literally,
think
right next to my turn.
Trump drank like what was it? Didn't Trump drink like 10 Diet Cokes a day or whatever during his presidency?
See, me, I drink like maybe one a day. One Diet Dr Pepper a day.
That's not a bad, but the point
That's
not as bad. Not as bad.
It would have
But the-
still like terrible for you.
Yeah, the point is still that all the diet stuff it only has zero sugar. It doesn't have zero sweetener. It's not necessarily better than you.
Okay,
better
but
for
hear
you.
Me out. Hear me out. I would rather die full of Dr Pepper than live a week without it.
You're actually cringing soy.
Fucking water.
If
Water
I die
exists.
If I die at a young age, at least I know I'll live a happy and fulfilled life full of Dr Pepper.
Sody cells fucking seething over water chads.
Amen.
Amen.
The only
Dun, dun.
good thing water
Thomas, shut up,
is
you're milk
for
pill.
fuel.
Thomas is milk pilled and soy pilled.
Yeah, that too. You drink Soylent, Thomas.
Water's only good for G fuel.
Man drinks Soylent once.
I
Fuck
drank.
you, Raven. You should you should go buy fucking fuck, I forgot what it was called. Literally, like I drank fucking like a couple sips out of this shit. It was like a powder like G Fuel, and I fucking swear to God, it was the same as like a fucking single serving of G Fuel.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. It had a fucking deer on the thing though.
They just did crack.
No, it's fucking
Deer branded crack.
fucking weird. If it's good enough for the deers, then it's good enough for me. Some pussy ass deers could fucking eat that shit and be fine.
Hey,
If you-
country girls make do.
If you fed a deer 5-hour energy, would it die? I feel like it would survive.
Probably.
No, it would not die.
Yeah, but, like animals are weird because you put them in the wrong tank for like 10 minutes at 3 degrees higher than average and they drop dead.
That's not a deer, that's a fish.
Austin,
I
humans
guess
are
it
also
depends
like
on
that.
the
Like,
animal.
Not true, Kane. We literally there's people who spend months at a time in Antarctica because they want to.
because they have fucking clothing on. Austin,
Oh my god, Kane, you're pathetic. You're pathetic. Could hear him malding.
Alden,
You're
seething.
just upset that you're gonna.
Get over it.
That's getting tired.
Vanos says it, so can we.
What'd you say, Draven?
Thomas, can you say the joke you said,
Yeah, tell
can you
everybody
say
about
the
your joke.
You said,
It
on...
was on fucking evil.
What day was it? It was like,
Oh,
September 30th?
I think it was on Black History Month he said it.
Yeah.
Good.
What? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I remember. I was playing Fortnite. Draven was driving his car, and Thomas was sitting in his car. I don't know where he was at, but He's gone. He left.
You guys are all
Thank fuck
evil
God.
and vile.
Water plantain.